a town where the shadows talk and the streets they mourn in dust. A whiskey bottle lies uncorked beside a badge now caked with rust. Old train whistles cut the silence on the bones of wooden frames. A burning church's last defiance as I recall those cursed names. Blood on the ghost town under a crimson sky. Lost souls are whispering as the vultures fly. This land remembers, oh, it never lies. Blood on the ghost town where my heartache lies. Carries tales of you, of a love that once burned so true, turned to betrayal under harvest moons. Your laughter now a ghostly tune. I found you cold in the desert's embrace, forgotten grave and no stone nor trace, only the echoes of your grace, driven to madness in this God-forsaken place. Blood on the ghost town under a weeping sky. Silent deserts hold the secrets of your life. This earth keeps score of the tears I cry. Blood on the ghost town where my old love died. I stood where the night was split. Your shadow in the moonlight showed a fleeting ghost I'll never forget. Revenge, a bitter path I tread, but justice finds its own in the end with each step. Towards you I'm led in the town that sin couldn't mend. Blood on the ghost town under a starless sky. Each step in the sand, a part of me dies. But I'll lay you down where the old crow flies. Blood on the ghost town and a gunslinger's goodbye. In a dusty town where the sun bleeds red, whiskey bottles echo the tales of the dead. A lone train whistle splits the cursed night air. The shadows dance in the square, no one dares to stare. Oh, I struck a deal with the devil's fiery hand, exchanged my soul on this black and forsaken land. In the quiet of the ghost town, my sins whisper cold. Underneath that silver moon, my wicked story told. The forgotten grave, unmarked, lies out by the weeping willow. A lover's betrayal under the shadow of a church's burned steeple. I loved her as fierce as the desert winds roar, but the devil had plans. Now she's gone, her blood on this floor. Yes, I struck a deal with the devil's fiery hand. Lost more than I gained on this dark, forsaken land. In the hush of the ghost town, my regrets spin and twirl. Underneath that haunting moon, lost my sweet, sweet girl. At the crossroads stood eye to eye with my fate. The sky turned black, the earth began to quake. A reckoning wind, my past it did reveal. In the devil's eyes, the truth was my ordeal. So I struck a deal, paid with vengeance and pain. In this silent desert, only the ghosts now know my name. Let the devil take what's left. In this life I'm but a shell. In the dust of the cursed land, I wait for the fires of hell. And the train cries low, just like the wails of my doomed soul. In the night the whiskey whispers of a man who lost control.
Beneath the black sun, oh, the black sun, the dust whirls and dances. Whiskey bottles lay strewn in this town of ghostly glances. An old train whistle moans through the silent scorched air, echoing round burned out churches in a land stripped bare. Beneath the black sun where our sins lie heavy on the ground, broken vows and forgotten graves where lost souls are bound. I hear the call of vengeance, a whisper on the wind. Beneath the black sun where the end and beginnings blend. She was a vision fair as a desert bloom in spring's embrace, but her heart hid shadows of love turned to chilling disgrace. By the chapel we vowed under that cursed searing sky, but she vanished with dawn, left a note, didn't say goodbye. Beneath the black sun where promises fade into the dust, love turns to ash, fueled by a trail of unyielding mistrust. The echo of her laughter, now a ghost in the wind's sad moan. Beneath the black sun, I wander these bad lands alone. At the crossroads I face the devil with her face. In the heart of the desert, our memories I trace. A shot rings out, breaking silence like a cry. vacant land. And now the black sun sets, and in darkness I find my peace. The shadows embrace me, my soul finally finds its relief.
Out where the train whistles mourn through cracked skies, a ghost town whispers beneath the old moon's rise. Dust devils dance where the church used to stand. The devil's breath stirs up the sins of the land. Whiskey bottles lie buried in sand, forgotten graves. Each step echoes a story, each shadow enslaves. The devil's desert wind, it howls with a scornful sound, carrying voices of those who ain't never been found. It's a cursed lullaby, on a vengeful flame it spins. Lost love and betrayal ride on the devil's desert winds. I met her eyes like a mirage, soothing but deceitful deep. In her kiss the taste of dust, in her promises secrets to keep. Underneath the starlit dread, where silence bathes the night, she swore forever by my side, before vanishing in the light. Now every shadow flickers with the dance of her deceit, every gust a whisper from the love I won't repeat. The devil's desert wind, it cries with a lonely sound, echoing the heartbreak where my dreams were drowned. It's a bitter serenade, through dead towns it spins. Revenge and redemption ride on the devil's desert winds. I face the mirror of my soul in the endless desert skies. The wind called out, its voice was old and cruel, told me the devil's just a man who never could play the fool. The devil's desert wind, it sings with a ghostly sound, each note a tale of what's lost, what's forever bound. It's an outlaw's refrain, over sands of sin it spins. Solace and solitude ride on the devil's desert winds. Yes, redemption and ruin ride on the devil's desert winds. On a dusty stretch where shadows cross, the moon hangs low, revealing loss. Whiskey bottles clink in hollow song, midnight on the lonely road where spirits belong. A lone coyote calls to a ghost town's lights. It's a canvas painted black, missing all its rights. Underneath the starless cloak, implore. Silent deserts whisper tales of the damned and the yore. Each step is a memory, each breath a burning pile. Midnight on the lonely road, kindling old desires. There's a tale they whisper of a love betrayed. Her laughter haunts the canyons by the creek where they laid. A preacher man once told of redemption and sins. Now his church lies in ashes as the dust storm begins. The train whistles mourn like a widow's soft plea. In the night's chilly grasp, no soul dares to flee. Underneath a starless cloak, vengeance does implore. Silent deserts whisper tales of the damned and the yore. Footprints lead to nowhere, in the sand they conspire. Midnight on the lonely road, awakening the liar. Face to face with the past at the old hanging tree. Forgotten graves stir, whispers set us free. A gun's cold echo in the valley tonight. Truth and retribution blend under the pale moonlight. Let the stars bear witness. Let the cold wind howl. Revenge or forgiveness under fate's stern scowl. Now I walk with shadows. In silence I roam. Midnight on the lonely road, this cursed land my home.
In the silence of a ghost town under twilight's mournful gaze, where shadows whisper secrets in the moon's forgiving blaze. Lone whiskey bottle lay beside the dust-laden dance floor. I heard the wind soft howling like the love I had before. Dancing with outlaw heart beneath the curse of starlight, spinning with his shadows through the cold desert night, where whispers turn to shouts and truths become hard. There's no redemption, just a scar, outlaw's heart. The train's lonesome whistle cut through the quiet dread, echoing the voices of the living and the dead. She was a flame too wild in a town too dry and spent. Her betrayal a burning church, our love's twisted lament. Dancing with outlaw heart beneath the endless skies, chasing ghostly figures where my forgotten love lies. In this abandoned place where old sins never part, every step is a memory of a damned outlaw's heart. confront the demons that reside by forgotten graves I've wept, where the last of good inside died. Her specter in the dust storms, calling me to cease, but vengeance stirs the ashes, offers no release. Still dancing with outlaw heart, where no prayers reach, in the silent desert's embrace, where the past seeks to leech. Accept the fate of nightfall, let the darkness start, for in this cursed silence thrives my outlaw heart. In the shadow of the valley, where the sun forgets to rise, lies a town too scared to mention, under cursed and stormy skies. Whiskey bottles line the barroom, spilling secrets, spilling sin. Every ghost wears boots and sorrow from the lives they couldn't win. Oh, the devil's cursed this land of mine, with dust and blood entwined, where the church once burned to embers and the truth's too hard to find. Hear the whistle of the lonely train, like a banshee's mournful cry. In the devil's cursed land, we live haunted till we die. Once loved a girl with eyes like fire, in this ghost town's better days, but betrayal's bitter venom turned her heart to ashen grays. She danced with my best friend under moonlight's treacherous glow. Now they're just two more forgotten graves, where the hollow winds do blow. Oh, the devil's cursed this land of mine, with love that's turned to rust, where the shadows whisper vengeance for each betrayed heart's unjust. Hear the whistle of the distant train, like a ghost that can't let go. In the devil's cursed land, bitter winds forever blow. By the crumbling tracks I stand, with the desert's dust in hand, face to face with the barren truth, where once I drew a line in the sand. My gun's cold weight tells stories of the nights I can't forget, the price of each forsaken soul, marred by debts of deep regret. Oh, the devil's cursed this land of mine, with ghosts I know too well, each whisper in the silence, each toll of the funeral bell. Feel the whistle cut the stillness like a blade against the sky. In the devil's cursed land, we don't live, we just survive. In this haunted heart of darkness, under skies no stars command, I reckon with my demons in the devil's cursed land. Where the whiskey whispers to lost souls in the night, a lone train whistle moans under the pale moonlight. Ghost town shadows dance on walls of crumbling stone. A lone figure stands, his heart turned cold as bone. He made a deal with the devil's devil, deep beneath the sand, for a shot of vengeance in a cursed and barren land. Burning churches, forgotten graves, the echoes of his plea. Now he walks with ghosts, the price of being free. In a dusty bar with a floor that told of sin, he lost his love to a gamble, her smile traded in. Promises like vapor in the desert's harsh embrace. Her laughter now just whispers, her touch a fading trace. He struck a deal with the devil's devil, heart black as coal, traded his soul for a chance to fill this hollow hole. Burning churches, silent deserts, where no righteous man shall tread. He walks alone, a spirit among the dead. The starlit void where silence makes its bed, he faced the truth within him, words unsaid. The devil laughed a cold laugh as he drew his final breath. There's no escape from vengeance, not even in death. There's a deal with the devil's devil that binds like iron chains. In the haunted hush of night, only sorrow remains. Burning memories, fading tracks, in lands that God forgot. He's the ghost of his own making, the outlaw that time caught.
Under a blood-red sky, where the coyotes cry, whiskey bottles lay by the faded general store. Dust storms dance with ghosts of an outlaw band in a town too cursed to die, but forgotten by the Lord. Oh, this cursed land holds my soul in its hand. The devil plays a tune that echoes in these sands. My heart's been lost to this desolate expanse, cursed to roam, a ghost 'neath the moon's cold glance. There's a whispering wind, tales of love's and a gunslinger's betrayal. In her eyes a storm, like the desert born, but her grave's unmarked mine, where the nightingales wail. Oh, this cursed land holds my soul in its hand, burn my dreams like the church that in silence stands. Rusted rails and a train's long forgotten wail, haunted tracks leading back to her ghostly trail. By the crackling fire, with a ghostly choir, faces from my past, in the flames they conspire. Each sip of rye brings the truth nigh. In this cursed soil we live just to die. Oh, this cursed land with its cold dead hand took all I loved, buried deep where I stand. Now I
Under a blood-red sky, the town church met its fate. Old wood cracked like the devil's laughter, echoing hate. A long raven circling as shadows began to mate. Whiskey bottles and dust storms at heaven's gate. Burn, burn the devil's church fire. Flames dancing with my sins, a ghostly choir. Betrayals heat upon the wind, whispering low in the ashes of love. Only cursed had passed to go. She was the preacher's girl, eyes wild with restless dreams. We loved beneath the steeple, hidden from moonlight beams. But her heart was a pendulum, swinging twixt extremes. Left me for another on the midnight train screams. Burn the devil's church fire. Each ember a memory of lost desire. Through the smoke of her leaving, I see her face in the glow of the ruins, her empty embrace. The church bell tolled once for each deceitful play. In the heart of the fire, I saw my way. Burn, burn the devil's church fire. My heart's revenge a pyre, climbing higher. From this haunted desert, no more I'll roam. In the silence of the ashes, I find my home.
Shadow of a ghost town where the wind moans through the cracks. Dusty bottles line the bar, a haunt of broken packs. Old lanterns flicker dimly, casting shadows, drawing sins. Here sits a man with empty eyes where my dark tale begins. Oh, the whiskey tastes like fire, with the whispers of the damned. Each sip a story of lost love and lives like desert sand. The devil's brew, it calls you to drown in your regrets. A bottle full of ghostly cries and smoky silhouette. He once loved a maiden fair, with hair like golden wheat. But betrayal's knife came silently, left nothing but deceit. In the heat of silent deserts, under scorched and starless skies, he lost his heart, his soul, his love amid the coyote cries. Oh, the whiskey burns like vengeance in a throat worn raw with grief. Each sunset's bleeding red. Across the bar, a mirror cracked reflects his hollow face. A reckoning in broken glass, the past he can't erase. With each reflection, truth reveals beneath the whiskey's curse. The man who stares back through the shards wrought better and for worse. So here's to the devil's whiskey, to the pain that it consoles, to dusty graves and train whistles, to lost and wayward souls. Drink up, my friends, let's toast to fate, to nights that never end, where spirits walk in silence and broken hearts might mend.
Out on the edge where the shadows merge, the dusty road whispers under a scornful moon. Ghost town sleep under a blanket of curse. Whiskey bottles lay beside gravestones too soon. Whispers in the lonely road, calling out my name. Shades of the betrayed, with stories just the same. In the silence of the desert, under stars so cold, every stone and shadow recalls the lies they told. Once loved a girl as fierce as desert storm, her laughter now a ghost in the chapel's burn. Promises like tracks leading to the mournful horn. Train whistles cry for lovers never to return. Whispers in the lonely road, haunting midnight air. Echoes of floating in despair. The heart knows its burden, and in darkness it unfolds beneath the cursed skies of those forgotten old. There in the dust I face the man in black, eyes cold as the night comes on too quick to track my prayer, a silent pact, a flash of cry, a light fade into the black. Now a tale to tell of love and loss and vengeance served too well. Let the desert keep its secrets, let its silence hold just a gunslinger story in the whispers told. cursed desert town, under the eye of a blood-red moon, where the whispers of the wind sound like a mournful forgotten tune. The dust swirls around empty bottles, and the chapel bells no longer sound. The lone figure walks the shadows where his peace used to be found. Gone with the revenge, a heart turned stone. Beneath the burning skies he walks alone. Lost love's echo in a whiskey-soaked breath. He's a haunted soul dancing with death. Once a lover, now silhouette against the backdrop of despair. He traded rings for a revolver after vows dissolved in air. An old train whistles a reminder of the night she slipped away with his best friend at the station in the early hours of day. Gone with the revenge, a heart turned stone. Beneath the burning skies he walks alone. Lost love's echo in a whiskey-soaked breath. He's a haunted soul dancing with death. By the light of a fire in a burning church, he sees her shadows on the flame. With each crackle of the wood, hears the falter of his name. Truth strikes like a thunderclap, his hand tied on the gun. Revenge or mercy in this moment, but the choice can't be undone. Gone with the revenge, or let it go. In the silence of the desert, a new wind starts to blow. From curse to ground to the path of grace, an ever forgotten gravy, a lesson trace. Gone with the revenge, heart begins to mend. Underneath the starlit sky, may the ghosts finally end. In the heart of a dust-torn ghost town, silence deep and wide, moon hung low like a gallows, lighting the devil's last ride. Whiskey bottles lay shattered, testament to the night before. Footsteps echoed on wooden planks from a long-forgotten store. Right into the storm, no angel left to mourn. Hell's reins in his hands, over cursed and barren lands. Echoes of a train whistle, fading just like his pride. This is the tale, oh the tale of the devil's last ride. Once loved and made and fair as dawn, with a heart so wild and free, betrayed by a kiss under the old church's shadow where no one could see. A pact made with darkness, for vengeance was his bride, left nothing but burning churches and those forgotten graves to confide. Right into the black, was sin stacked upon his back.
the cruel and mocking sky, where even stars dare not lie. The sound of a train whistle, a ghostly haunting guide. This is the tale of the tale of the devil's last ride. By the love he traded for the power he now holds. Whispering winds told stories of a love so bold. In the silence of the desert, his heart finally told. Ride, ride no more, his heart torn and sore. The devil lays down his ghost in the land he wronged the most. The cry of a lone whistle across the plains it slides. Here ends the tale, oh the tale of the devil's last ride.
The shadow of the valley where the sun forgets to shine lies a town too grim to name, past the dusty devil's spine. Whiskey bottles lay as markers for the souls who lost their way. Each step echoes in the silence of the streets they used to sway. Oh, the wind cries out the stories, forgotten desperate fates of love lost and hearts betrayed under heavy western gates. Hear the train whistle morning across the barren lands, ghost town secrets buried deep in the cursed desert sand. Underneath that moonlit blanket, there's a church with scorched old pews, where I swore my undying love, and where I learned I was born to lose. There my darling met a stranger with a heart colder than his gun. Promised her a brighter morrow, left me here when all was done. Oh, the wind cries out the stories, worn like leather, cut so deep, of betrayal and cold revenge in a town too lost to weep. Hear the train whistle crying like a ghost that knows my pain, in the echoes from the ghost town under skies that promise rain. Desperation, I faced the man who stole her heart. In the quiet of the ghost town, we stood 10 paces apart. Smoke and thunder broke the silence, only one of us would leave, bound forever to the ghost town, with a sleeve that's set to grieve. Now the wind still shares my story, and the whiskey dulls the ache of a gunslinger bound by sorrow and the vengeance he did take. Hear the train whistle fading like the past I can't outrun, echoes from the ghost town till my days are finally done. In the whispering desert breezes where the spirits never rest, I wander through forgotten graves, In the heart of dust, where the chapel lies burned, whiskey bottles lay like memories spurned. A lone train cries out through the vast cursed night, ghost of a town faded from sight. Echoes from the ashes, whispering sins, haunted by the shadows of might have beens. Love lost to a bullet, marked by a stone. In this silent desert I wander alone. There's blood on the wind, a tale of deceit, a lover's vow dying in the summer's heat. Candlelit vigils with no one to mourn, a heart once whole now eternally torn. Echoes from the ashes calling me home to a bed of dust where the bitter winds moan. Kisses turn to whispers beneath the old tree, where we carved our names for eternity. In the pale moonlight I face my foe, mirrors of my past in the midnight glow. The truth cuts deeper than the sharpest blade, in the ruins of the promises we made. Echoes from the ashes, revenge burns bright, clearing the shadows, restoring the light. I lay down my burdens by the cooling stream, letting go of the echoes and chasing the dream.
In the shadow of the mesa, where the sun bled out its fire, whiskey bottles and dust storms paint the ghost of my desire. A train whistle moans through crumbling stones in a town too dead to die, where my heart lies buried under western skies. Oh, sing that ghost town ballad of a love that's burned to ash, with every chord strummed under a moon so brash. Betrayals breeze through the chapels, charred remains dance with the devils among the windswept plains. She was a wild desert rose with thorns I did not see, her whisper like a serpent beneath the old oak tree. Her lies were a masked ball, her truth the first to fall. In the night where the coyotes call,
churchyard, I faced my fearsome foe. His gun was quick, but my revenge, it was slow. In the silence of the gunfire lay the truth I came to know. She's gone like the dust that I now sow. So sing for me softly that ghost town requiem, where love's a forgotten hymn and nights condemned. Here in this desolation, I claim my cursed crown, a king of a barren kingdom in a ghost town gown. So let the wind sing and the lonely church bell toll, a ballad for the broken in the desert soul.
Under a sky painted with sorrow's bruise, a ghost town whispers under the moon's faint light. Dust devils dance where the church bells used to ring, and whiskey's my companion through the cold, unforgiving night. Footsteps echo across forgotten graves in this cursed land where only the lost are brave. Spin, spin, black sun walls in shadows where lost lovers once had danced, burning past old regrets that haunt underneath the black sun where hope doesn't stand a chance. Her laughter was a melody, a sweet and haunting tune, now swallowed by the silence of this desolate expanse. Promises crumble like the church consumed by fire. In the ash her locket lies, a victim of her cursed romance. Train whistles moan a dirge across the barren plain, a sound that's now a lullaby for pain that still remains. Spin, spin, black sun walks in shadows where old memories twist and glance, burning dreams, tender hearts that dawn underneath the black sun where spirits still enchant. At the crossroads stood the devil with a grin, offered me a vengeful path with whispers of the sin. But in the dust storm's wrath I saw her face again. In the eye of the storm my heart knew it was the end. So spin, spin, black sun walk, and echoes of what used to be my heart's last dance. No more tears for this path I've sought. Underneath the black sun I embrace the darkness I once fought. In
'cause here my demons abide.
Out where the wind whispers secrets and sage, through the ghost town where shadows wage, long wars and silence on the moon's cold light. I ride this cursed land through the blackest night. Old church bell tolls for souls it can't save, a symphony for the damned in a forgotten grave.
Raise your glass to the sky, let the whiskey preach, as dust storms dance with a sorrow no man can breach. This is the last ride waltz under a new set tide. Spurs cut deep, heart bleeds, fading out of sight. She was a flame-haired beauty with a serpent's kiss, promised eternity in a bed of bliss. But betrayal burned hotter than a desert sun, found her lies twisted fast as a smoke-filled gun. Now every train whistles a mournful cry for a love lost life, a too quick goodbye. Town too dead for the dead to roam. I found her locket, returned to the home we'd known. My heart ached raw, but my path lay clear. Revenge or mercy, the choice was mine to steer. So here's to the roads where old ghosts dwell, to the tales of vengeance that cowboys tell. This last ride waltz with the devil I dance in the dust of what was. I take my final stand.
In the silence under a ghost town moon, whiskey bottles lay preaching beside the saloon. A dusty wind cries through streets that forgot their names, where I danced my pains on the tracks of the midnight train. Oh, I'm dancing with the midnight train, its wheels singing sorrow, calling out my name in its haunting echo. I find my bane under the starless sky. I'm dancing with the midnight train. The chapel bells rang once in a fire's embrace. A lover's vow gone as smoke in a cold heart's trace. She left with a veil of shadow. My love turned to disdain. Now every night to that whistle I stake my claim. Oh, I'm dancing with a midnight train. Tracks wet with the weeping of old unending rain. Her ghost in the gusts through the window pane. With each whistle blow, my resolve unwinds again. There in the whistle, the echoes of my sin. The deeds at night, the fire, the fight, the gin. A reckoning's due, the past rides fierce and fast. What's lost is lost, what's done, it's meant to last. So I'm dancing with the midnight train, bearing scars too deep in love's relentless pain. Here amongst the ruins where spirits remain, I dance alone, the outlaw the night can't contain. Yes, I'm dancing forever with the midnight train.